accidental entrepreneur aspect, what words of wisdom do you have for somebody who accidentally fell into it and now they've got a lot to learn to make sure they pull that vision off?
Right. Well, I think, one reason why people end up in business is because um, it's different from charity, right? It's,
Yeah.
if you want to make a positive impact in the world, that's another way to do it, right? It's charitable
Hmm.
contributions or volunteer work, and that's noble work, that's honorable work. There's something about a business though where you kind of have to earn your way. You have to solve real problems in the real material world that people are
Hmm.
willing to exchange currency, which in itself is neutral, in my opinion. Um, it means you're producing something of value. You're actually making a difference. You're demonstrating it day after day through this process. But what it does for you is it makes your organization, your business, self-sustaining. You're not dependent on somebody's handout, like um, a philanthropist or a donor, to keep things running. And very, oops, sorry, there's very few gifts. I just knocked something over here. Very few
Been
gifts
there.
without strings attached. Um, and so I think, so social enterprise really interests
So you're
me.
talking about having a business model around
Yeah.
that process, needing to learn about that. What's one resource? If you had to name one resource, what's kind of the king resource you would turn to if you were that purpose-driven person today, saying, "Man, I kind of want to turn this into a business."
Yeah, I like Michael Gerber's E-Myth Revisited.
Yes. I was hoping you'd say that too.
Really?
That's the
Yeah.
one that I wish I had read sooner.
Yeah, yeah, right. Because he says, you got to think like a franchise. That was his idea. And this goes back originally to the 80s, and then he revisited it in the 90s. But he was ahead of his time, and all these frameworks. I work with frameworks. I work with EOS. I work with System and Soul, and it's all
Mm.
about having a system for how you operate, because you don't need to reinvent the wheel. There's plenty
Right.
of great minds around the world have thought about this for a long time, and those systems are kind of cobbled together in some cases or synthesized all the great business literature and wisdom and performance literature and wisdom and you know team building and accountability, all these things into a single system. But it starts with Michael Gerber's book, where he talks about, and a big part of that is the difference between working in the business versus working on the business. We all
Sure.
get caught up, especially the entrepreneur, wearing 16 hats simultaneously in the working in the business, and you can't see the
Yep.
forest for the trees, and you need to separate those two.